This might sound familiar to you. In the days of Micah, there was unprecedented wealth in the southern kingdom of Judah, but most of that wealth and prosperity was concentrated in the hands of a corrupt elite. Some might have made a case that maybe the southern kingdom of Judah wasn't really in control. They were just like a vassal state to the Neo-Assyrian Empire. And amidst the reigns of the kings that followed King Uzziah, there was some concern about this unethical, corrupt, money-hungry political reality in which they were living. And it's into this context that Micah is speaking. And while some people in his day might have thought that the answer to the problems of their day is like a religious renewal movement, bring more sacrifices into the temple, get back to thinking that this sacrificial system and all the religious rites are important, Micah presents the people with a less popular but simpler way of doing things. By the way, I'm talking about this to answer a question that I got about how we are supposed to respond to modern corrupt political situations. And while I can't speak to every corrupt political reality, I do think that the prophet Micah has something to say to us. If you look in chapter 6, he says that the answer isn't bringing more sacrifices into the temple. In fact, in response to the corruption and greed and political situation of his day, he says this famous line that maybe you already memorized in Sunday school. He's shown you, O man, or mortal, what is good and what does the Lord require of you, but to do justly, to love mercy, to walk humbly with your God. And while our modern context obviously has some differences between, the 21st century and 8th century BCE Judah, I think the message still lands for us today. I don't think we need to outsmart the system or vote a different guy or girl into office or, fill in the blank, insert whatever modern political solution people present. I think Micah tells us how we're supposed to interact with these political realities. It's to do justly, to do what's right, to love mercy or loving kindness, and to walk humbly with God. And even though Jesus was in a different historical context and socio-political situation, I think he sort of reinforces these values and virtues instead of entering into the debates of his day politically. In the same way, he presents a third way that reemphasizes that justice and mercy and humility. And so I think that's how we deal with political realities of our day as Jesus followers is let's prioritize justice and mercy. And in the process, as we enter into conversations about how we do justice and mercy best, maybe we remind ourselves of that humility piece, the fact that we are mortals trying to figure out the thing, and we ask the divine to give us wisdom and recognize the fact that we don't have all the answers. And we are in a different context, but